Hello and good morning. This is I, Sylvia Hartmann, coming to you from beautiful Eastbourne by the sea. Absolutely perfect summer's day morning this morning. Absolutely beautiful. Sun is shining and fluffy clouds and beautiful blue sky. And I've been wandering about in the garden and looking after my plants, making sure that they have enough water for the hot day to come. I've also taken a turn around my energy symbol circle, which I absolutely love. That was, really, really good fun. I don't know why I've never done this before. It occurred to me at some point during the isolation to paint a big symbol circle, as big as I could put it, in my little handkerchief-sized garden. And the next door neighbors were a bit worried about that. They're very Christian. Good morning, Paul. Lovely to have you here with me this morning. And Ilka. Good morning, Ilka. I've got a frog in my throat this morning. Work through it. Just saying about taking a turn around my energy symbol circle in the garden, and the neighbors who are a bit Christian, they were a bit sort of worried what it was, and I said it was an exercise device. It was an exercise thing. And I just said that as a bit of a joke, really, but I have come to realize that taking a turn around my energy symbol circle in the mornings is in fact exercise. It's just not exercise for the physical body, it's exercise for the energy body. And I love it. It's giving me a real boost, and I just wonder why I haven't done it before. Okay, so we have some people with me. Good morning, Marianne and Lorna. And Bear's here too, and Renata. Hey, and Lucas. Hello there, my dear fellow shining beings. Oh, that's wonderful to see you all here. And you may have noticed, or you may not have noticed, that we're a bit Star Matrix themed here. And the reason for that is I set that up last night for the end of course Zoom for Star Matrix 2. And this morning I looked at it and I just didn't want to take it down. So I decided to do this week's Sunday Live with Sylvia, with all the star people everywhere around me and behind me as well, which is kind of fun, isn't it? It's a shame that that painting reflects in the studio lights. It is a lot better looking than you might think. Okay, guys, so how's it going? Renata says, a lovely morning indeed. It's my late mum's birthday. She created a beautiful cottage-style garden. She has just sent me a lovely butterfly. Happy birthday to your mum, Renata, who just passed away very recently. And may she soar in bliss and joy and send you love from above at all times. That's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful connection to have to your mum, the garden. Yes, Oh, good. And Renata says, Star Matrix was fab, going to do it again. Yeah, right. We use the term afresh, anew, because when you are doing, this thing with you can't step into the same river twice. When you do a GOE course, any GOE course that I've written, as a new aspect, you see completely different things than you've noticed the first time round. Because the first time round, you were thinking about certain things, you were in a certain time, in a certain mind frame. There were certain problems you were trying to solve probably, and they were on your mind. And so you looked at it from that sort of vantage point. But once you've done the course and then you've done all the exercises, that evolves you. You become a new aspect. That's where the aspect model is so handy. So, you cannot step into the same river twice. And then that new aspect comes to the course from a different perspective, looking for different things, undoubtedly. And so it's a completely different experience. And I find a lot of people, they're really surprised by that, how different an experience it is when you do the same course again, because it's not the same course, it's a completely different one. And I like that. It's a good thing. Yeah. So, afresh. Yes, I get that. It is. It is literally an example of you cannot step into the same river twice. As we evolve and go through life, and it's like when you're reading a favorite book, if it's not the same, you see new things, different things attract your attention. And I think that's marvelous and a wonderful, wonderful thing. I have been working this week to try and finish up the Modern Energy Art course, where we have the 2019-2020 graduates from the Modern Energy Art course, which was a year long, and it's amazing journey, really, really long journey. And I've been converting this into the Modern Energy Art Foundation so that people can just watch the videos and take a multiple choice test. And in order to make the multiple choice test, obviously, I had to go through all the videos. And I heard things that I hadn't heard before. And I'm the person who actually, said them or wrote them. And I was like, oh my God, yes. Wow, that's really cool. And if that happens to me, then we can be fair certain that it will happen to a person who's done some course once. And also, may I just say, all the trainers offer a massive discount. It's called a river rate. And of course, that word, that phrase, it comes from you can't step into the same river twice. So they offer a good river rate for doing that course, getting the new aspect to the course. I'm not going to say doing the course again because it's not. In the case of Star Matrix, the course costs £575 when you do it for the first time, and the river rate is £100. That's a big thank you to the person, and also having a more experienced person on the course is, of course, a huge benefit for the trainer as well. So that's, it's a double bonus. It's a wonderful thing. It really is a wonderful thing, and it deepens your understanding of the material in a whole new way. And particularly, I'm thinking here, not just modern energy tapping, I'm thinking particularly EMO, energy in motion, and supermind. I don't know how many times any aspect could take the supermind or the EMO course and not come out of it with a completely new take on the exercises, on the experiences, and get star events of transformation, evolution, and joy out of them. Ooh, I'm making a sales speech. My goodness. Goodness me. Yeah, so I'm super excited about the future. Quick few dates for your diary. So the next Star Matrix journey starts on September the 14th, and I'm going to do a German course as well. So both the English and the German language courses start on September 14th. Must be a blessed day of some kind. And please mark this in your diaries. November the 8th and the 9th, when we used to have our physical conferences, we're going to do a Star Matrix Summit. And we're going to have an online conference with different people addressing different aspects of Star Matrix. Because Star Matrix has so many applications for personal development, for protection, for self-esteem, for relationships with the ancestors, for many, many things, for stories and storytelling, healing stories, stories of enlightenment. It is just such a wonderful, a matrix, if you will. It's Star Matrix is a wonderful matrix where all these different things find a place that are normally only looked at in isolation. You've got this huge, huge tearing apart of human experience. You've got your real experiences, the ones that you can picture on a video camera. And then you've got, in a completely different place, you've got the dreams, and then the meditation experiences or energy work experiences, and they're in a totally different place. And then everyone has paranormal experiences when they've seen a ghost or an angel or something amazing happen to them in that way. And all these things are torn apart and kept in their separate little boxes. And they don't start to make sense until we start putting them together into one space, giving them one matrix in which they can not just be there and have a place, a proud place to be there. Now, dreams aren't second best to hard experiences. They're an enormously important part of reality. And, oh dear, yes, hobby horse, keep people, hobby horse. Okay, guys, so what have you been up to this week, apart from those amongst you who've been celebrating your Modern Energy Art Master's certification or your Star Matrix? That'll be, we've got some beautiful things, really beautiful things. My aspects have always done their best to write courses that are fun to do, that are a real journey, like you go on a cruise ship or something, and really do have fun and things that happen together with the other people who are on that trip. The Star Matrix is my spaceship. And I'm like, yeah, I'm super proud of it and I love it. And oh, yes, the Star Matrix book is going to be out on the 23rd of August. That's my birthday, my 61st birthday. And sort of it's a bit of a birthday present for me to have the official publication day of the Star Matrix book. We still haven't been able to come up with a subtitle. It just can't figure out a subtitle. So anybody has any ideas or suggestions on what we could put in the subtitle to explain to people who haven't heard of it what on earth this is? I think I'm probably a little bit too close to it. We might run a competition. Who knows? Who knows? But either which way, I think that focus on positive memories is super needed. I mean, it's just super needed. I have said for years and years that it's not trauma that shapes our lives. It's the positive memories. I've said that for years, since the Guiding Stars in 2000. That's 20 years ago. I've been saying that. And I guess up until now, it was okay to ignore me. It's okay. We'll just go through our life. We'll tap on our traumas. It'll be fine. But now, with all that's going on, we really, really need that power that comes from, well, the power of the positives, Oh, I'm going to put this on the screen. Right, Lorna said, the Star Matrix course far exceeded my expectations. Thank you very much for saying that, Lorna. I've said this many times. It exceeded my expectations completely. I had a theory as what would happen. More self-esteem, energy raising, feeling happier about yourself, about your life. It's one lady on the Zoom meeting last night said that she discovered a life that she never knew she had. And I love that because, yeah, we've all been entrained to look at the trauma, think about the trauma. So our lives become this chain of trauma. But when you start really actively looking at the good events in your life, it doesn't make you a Pollyanna, but it does give you this, oh my God, I didn't realize how lucky I've been, how blessed I've been, how much laughter there's been in my life, how many awesome, intimate experiences with nature, with the great creative order. Oh, wow. You begin to realize just how blessed a life you had. So when this lady said, discovered a life I never knew I had, I knew exactly what she was talking about. It's crazy. And that would be so for everyone. And I do think that if people, I think last week we talked a bit about gratitude. And I said that you should only be grateful when you're really moved to that, when that really comes from within, not as some kind of thing to beat yourself over the head with. And I'm getting to a point of more and more gratitude for the life that I have already lived. And that is strangely, and this is possibly the wind beneath my wings that I have always searched for. That feeling of being blessed and being lucky and having had these wonderful experiences. Whoa, it's amazing. It really is. I love it. Okay, so that's sort of what I've been up to this week. I've been writing tests for modern energy art. I've been looking after students and having student interviews. We are thinking of hiring a social media marketing company, and that was also fun. I mean, that was really fun. I have resisted doing this for many years because of the bad experiences a poor aspect of mine had many years down the line. And there were people there that promised the aspect the earth and said all the words the poor aspect just longed to hear. And like a poor little trout in a river, seeing a nice fat wriggly worm, on the hook she went, and it led to, terrible heartbreak and disappointment and waste of money and all sorts of things. And so this was very, very sad for the poor aspect. Let us send love and healing, and it's okay. You didn't know any better. You were desperate. You were in a low energy state. And the sharks, they smell the blood in the water. Of course they do. The con men of this world, they don't go to people who are radiant and happy and intuitive. What can we say? Just send the poor aspect some love and some healing. And I assembled a star team for myself of aspects who'd done really, really good decisions in business over the years. Now, real star events of making something work or moments of real success in business. And I found myself 7 such aspects, my star team, and had an absolutely wonderful energy experience to bring them all, light them up and have them be with me. Have me be them, all of them, all 7 of them at the same time. That energy, it was absolutely wonderful. And that gave me then the strength to go out and start looking at some business advice and marketing companies. And so, yes, we've hired somebody to do some social media marketing for us. And it's great. And this person said, do you have, doesn't know anything about the GOE or what we do. Imagine trying to explain that. But I just said to the guy, I've got a new book coming out. I think it's going to be really, really good because it's a super good product, Star Matrix book. Lots of people already love it to bits. So there'll be support and there will be good reviews. And perhaps we can just do this contract so you can do some advertising for this book. And that's easy to measure and easy to set up. And, don't need to worry about anything else. And he said, yeah, okay, that sounds great. And gave me a figure and I liked the figure. And then he said, do you have a page? And I said, yes, we do. I sent him the link and he came back with, you've got 8,000 followers on your page. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, it's not very many. What can I say? We don't do much with the page. Bit disappointed really with Facebook, and they just want your money. And said 8,000 people have liked your page. And I'm like, yes, I know it's not very many. He said, no, you're not understanding what I'm saying here to you. I work with people who have 12 likes. And I'm like, oh, okay, fair enough. He said, do you not realize how successful you already are? And I was like, whoa, never looked at it like that. Never looked at it like that. That that we're doing okay. I'm guessing that was really useful to get another person's, point of view on this. And I thought that was really exciting. And that sort of made me muse on the whole topic of help. And that's come often up, that I'm trying to do everything by myself. And I wonder how many among you have a similar problem, that you are not letting all the help that exists in the universe come to you for whatever reason. I'm just wondering about that. Marlene. Ah, hello, darling. Just saw that. Ah, that's really kind of you. Thank you very much. And I appreciate you being here with me. Yeah, so this help thing. I think we all know deep down that we could do better if we had a little bit more help. Don't you think? Do better in every way, everything, absolutely everything. Whether that's something as simple as housework, or business, or personal life, or anything really. If we just had a little bit more help, how much more each one of us could do. And I know that when people are stressed, they can't network. They can't network. This is just a normal thing, that when you get stressed, you lose the ability to make energy contacts, couple bubbles, group bubbles with other people, and you become consecutively more and more selfish. The selfish shellfish that crawls on the bottom of the tank is absolutely correct. And this was something, a past aspect of mine used to just bemoan, that the psychotherapists couldn't network, for absolutely could not network. Me all the way. They couldn't get their heads around networking. And that's completely understandable, because if you're like in a real psychotherapy bubble where trauma is all there is, and you have to go and deal with your traumas all the time, and you spend 8 hours a day dealing with other people's traumas, of course you're not going to be an energy rich person that is particularly good at social networking. That makes perfect sense with hindsight. And yeah, so I don't know. Perhaps all we really need to do is just keep raising energy, become stronger inside. Perhaps if we are stronger, we find it easier to accept help from other people. Let's have a look what people have said here. I think we get addicted to struggle. I'm going to put that on the screen. I think the idea that people get addicted to struggle is one of those old psychotherapy excuses as to why people don't get better in therapy. There are many of them. You're not trying hard enough. You want to suffer. You want to punish yourself. You want to struggle. And I just don't believe that's true. I believe that people are born to love and to be loved, and that they are, in their own strange little way, are constantly trying to get love. And when they get rejected or slapped down, they get angry and hateful. Really simple cause and effect. I think that all this sort of, there is so many excuses why psychotherapy doesn't work, putting it back on the client. What else have we got? A lot of it is pride. Yeah, well, we are taught over and over and over again, Lorna, that we have to be grown up and do things for ourselves long before we're ready to be doing that. I think that this bitter pride of doing it yourself is a sad thing. I think it's a false pride as well. It's a protection. It's a protective device, isn't it? It is a protective device to try and retain control over your incarnation. I think rather than pride, it might be control. that we feel that when we bring other people in it, that we can't control it, that they'll take us over or they'll do something bad, which is what happens in low energy states. Absolutely. So, protecting yourself from outside influences, be these teachers or politicians or the fashions of the day or somebody who's whispering in your ear, protecting yourself against that and keeping yourself in this bubble where you are controlling what's going to happen. And it doesn't matter if what happens is bad, at least you made that happen and it wasn't some outside thing that did that to you. I think that's quite normal and natural, and it's possibly even the right thing to do. So yeah, it's I guess that the ability to accept more help or to invite more help is like a sign of an energy system that's growing up, possibly. Let's have a look what we say here. For me, it's been about learning to receive that help. I've always seen myself as a giver. Ah, yes. Thank you, Renata, for that. Okay. Used to have this sweet little exercise. I'm hoping this is still being done in emo classes. It goes like this, right? So I need help. I need to receive help. And I also want to give help. So we've got giving and receiving. Giving and receiving. Giving and receiving. And it's one and the same. Try that for me. Just for a laugh, stand your mobile phone somewhere and get your hands free. Have a go at that. Try it. So we got giving and we got receiving. Giving and receiving. And make that into this one energy move. It's one energy movement. It's not two different things. It actually really feels really groovy when you're doing that. I enjoyed that. Thank you for reminding me of that. Cool. True things are changing. Yeah, and I think that encouraging that and also putting that out as a I don't know, benefit, a bonus. To say to people might say, oh, why should I do this rubbishy old energy stuff? Why should I do that? Why should I waste my time with that? And the answer to that can also be, how would your incarnation be if you received a little bit more help from other people? If you were able to allow other people to help you more, how would that be? How would that change your life? And people can get a sense of that because everybody struggles with their own things. And I don't know how many times a day it happens that people think, oh God, if only I had a bit more help. If only I didn't have to do everything myself all the time. Yeah. And that is something that starts kind of, it's more of an inside thing than it is an outside thing. I think when you are ready to receive help, the helper will appear. I think it works like that. And I find that exciting. And each one of us, I mean, when we're talking about helping people, we're not talking about somebody moves in and washes my socks for the rest of my life. There's these light touches, these moments where you can help somebody. Just with a smile, even with a like on a Facebook post, God damn it. That's the very smallest thing in the universe to be able to do. Or make a comment, or just, I don't know. If you're a helper and you get your most satisfaction out of helping, then have your receiving at the same level. And if you're one of those that just wants to receive and receive and receive endlessly because they never had enough love, then perhaps the giving will help stimulate your receiving and you might receive more. Just a theory of mine that I've held for some time. Wonderful. I would love for all of us to, I don't know, group bubble a bit more. When this group bubbling happens on the courses, There's just something beautiful about it. It creates a space of safety where people can do things that they couldn't otherwise do. And the thing that what my energy mind just reminded me of was one of the students on the modern energy art course. There is a there's an exercise where you have to write a song and then sing the song and record yourself on video singing the song and then post it to the group. And the person was obviously scared and nervous, but they did do it. And the reason I think they did that was because they knew the group would be loving. They wouldn't be evil or harsh or critical or make him feel bad, but they would be happy to receive that. They would accept the fact that he was nervous and imperfect and that it wasn't going to be perfect, or it wasn't a concert. It was what it was, and that people would be happy to accept that and support that. And of course, this was the case, absolutely. So this whole thing of having a space where there's a little bit of unconditional acceptance, that is something priceless, really. And I do hope we can continue with that and learn how good that feels, and perhaps provide like the real definition of a safe space. Safe space isn't where you go to cry. It's not a place where you get all angry and jump up and down. It's a place where you can be loved and supported. And yeah, it's really what I've always been looking for. Unconditionally. We don't have to do anything else first before you're acceptable. You don't have to go to the hairdresser. You don't have to lose weight. You don't have to stop smoking. You don't have to, I don't know, take elocution lessons. You don't have to, I don't know, become successful first so that you can be this shining role model before you can advise other people on their joy and happiness. It's this sort of general unconditionality. It is something that I have hungered for, shall we say. Group bubbling. Yes. Perhaps one day we'll get together again physically. I'd like that. Possibly not in terms of a massive conference, which are so stressful for the people, the organizers, but just like a weekend or something, just pop in and have a walk on the beach, something like that. I'd like that. Less stress, more fun is what I'm looking for. Lorna, I remember singing in Eastbourne, and I know what you mean by this. Yes, it's singing is a funny thing. It's a really funny thing. People are so reversed to that, and yet it's totally like human birthright to sing. And there's that thing again with, no, you don't have to take singing lessons first. No, you don't have to be pitch perfect. No, you don't have to hit the right notes. No, you don't have to sing like a pretty little songbird. No, you don't have to sing like an opera singer. You can just, with your own voice, sing something. And there used to be this TV show called Angel, and they used to have a demon in a demon bar, and he used to read people's souls when they started to sing. And I completely concur with that. Like there's something when people sing properly, normal human beings singing, without first having been dragged through all the speech coaches and the voice coaches and the breathing from the belly and all of these weird contortions that make them all sound the same in the end, with all those weird tricks and breathings. And a normal human being sings like a father to his child, or a mother or grandmother to their grandchildren. Normal human being sings. It's magical. It moves me, it touches me in a way that these overproduced pop stars just don't. Because I can still hear their soul. Love it. It's beautiful. Please sing. Don't let the sound escape your perfect lives. Sing. If you find it so difficult, tap while you sing, and free your voice and free your voice. It's just a magical, wonderful thing. Okay, guys, we've been here for a long time. Hello, Rachel. Just seeing you on the list there. We've been here for a long time. What shall we do? We like to end with a little energy exercise, don't we? So I'm going to ask my dear energy mind what we can do. What we can do this morning to cheer everybody up and send them into the week on a happy note, on a bright note, and on a note where we, just remember the joy of energy and our ability to not be swamped by the nonsense of the hard, and retain our hope and our sparkle and our star memories as well. Let's do look. I've got the whole star matrix thing going on here. Let's just do star memory. Let's do that. Dear energy mind, join me if you will. Dear energy mind, please send me a wonderful memory from this life that will be just the right one for me today, that'll have the right messages, the right energy, that I will be receiving so gratefully and so joyfully. Okay. If you need help to remember something awesome, a time of your life that was just wonderful, we can just ask, what was the weather on that day when that wonderful thing happened? Who was there? What was around you? I do hope something has sprung to mind. And whatever it was, please don't reject it as, oh, that's not good enough. I was waiting for massive enlightenment experience, and all I got was that moment when that puppy came up to me in the sunshine, and it looked so cute, and my heart went out to it and embraced it. No, that's fine. Or, oh, I was looking for something really, really, I don't know, amazing angels coming down from heaven, and all I got was me and my friends at a fountain in the middle of the town in summer, after school was over, laughing together. This is one of those things that, Star Matrix also, it really, really teaches us what's important in life, what we need more of, what makes our hearts sing. There's too much in our heads, judging experiences, judging success in a certain way, judging ourselves, judging other people, judge. When there is really this other level, this other playing field, all together, where a group of teenagers laughing in the sunshine together. Yeah, that is an enlightenment experience. Something we take with us on our journey to the stars. I love it. I do hope you guys got a nice little memory. If you didn't, take a moment, and after we're finished here, take a moment, sit yourself somewhere nice, or just walk around somewhere nice and ask again, dear energy mind, just give me a lovely memory from this lifetime. And when you've received it, when you've got it, then take a little while to just think about why that's relevant, why that's important, why that particular energy has messages inside for you that are really valuable and could not have come from any other place but from within yourself. And always say thank you when you got a good memory, giving and receiving. Cool. If you want to teach that giving and receiving thing to other people, please do. More people need to do giving and receiving and have that be one and the same, because then the flow is in perfection. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being with me here this morning. It's really lovely to get your feedback and your suggestions, your questions, your comments. If you ever have any topic that you'd like me to address in Sunday Live or any particular question, please send it to me by Messenger and I'll see what I can do to include that. And I look forward to seeing you next week for Sunday Live with Sylvia. And I would love to give you my love and blessings for today, for the week to come, and for all times. Lots of love to you. Thank you for having been here with me. And I'll see you soon. Bye.